Well, this could be the end, my friends. Here we are with Newgen Nation all the way to 2036. And for the first time, and possibly the only time, we're taking part in the Nations League knockout final stage. It's us, the Cayman Islands, against the team we've never beaten, Mexico. Yes, hello there everybody, welcome back to the channel. Dodgy Gamer here, International Manager of Mystery, managing obscure nations so you don't have to. And like I said, it could be the last time we utter those words in the Football Manager 2020 cycle. We've taken the Cayman Islands, possibly, as far as we can. Now it's time to enjoy our last ride. We are in the North American Nations League semi-final. First time we've ever made it here. Now, just to recap on the story so far, we took over the Cayman Islands, having played around with the database a little bit to put 10 of the top teams in Europe in the Cayman Islands. So their youth players, their newgens, their regens, whatever you want to call them, all have Cayman Islander nationality. And we're just seeing how far we could take the team. Originally, we ran this as an AI experiment. The AI got the Cayman Islands to around 70th in the world rankings, qualified for one World Cup, made the knockout rounds of the Gold Cup, but never got beyond the Division A stage of the Nations League. So we've gone a bit better than that in this career. We've got up into the 50s. We've had a world ranking high of 48th. We've been to 2 World Cups and made the knockout rounds. We've made the final of the Gold Cup, where, if you remember, in an epic game, we agonizingly lost on penalties to Mexico, the closest we've come to a trophy so far in this career. And finally, we've made it out of that Nations League pool and into the semi-final round. Unfortunately, we got drawn against Mexico. So the toughest of the opponents, USA, we've got a decent record against USA, especially in recent times. We've got the wins over them quite frequently. Jamaica have been a bit of a bogey team for us, but we've never beaten Mexico. So can we change that today? Or is it the end of Newgen Nation? So since that kind of dead rubber match against Dominican Republic, which we lost, we've just had 2 friendlies in the spring. We travelled over to Europe. We lost 4-0 to Russia. And we drew 1-1 with Romania, which was a bit of a better score. You see Emerson Skeet, the comeback king, having come back from international retirement now twice. I expect him to resign. If we lose this match today, one more time, he's going to retire from international football, I'm sure. Emerson Skeet getting the penalty there. So this is our current squad. You see, still our top-rated players, Emerson Skeet and David Woodroach. David Woodroach, of course, he's never retired. Now at Man City, he finally got that big money transfer on 146 caps. We're not going to be able to see him get to 150 on this series, unfortunately. He's got 21 goals. Bloody good for a centre-back. Emerson Skeet, with that penalty, put himself onto the 40-goal mark, but the record scorer for Cayman Islands remains James Rigg, now 31, 122 caps. Still at FC St. Pauli, so he's become a bit of a fan favourite there. But as we're at the end of the series, why don't you let me know across the whole series who's been your favourite player? I'm sure Emerson Skeet will be mentioned a lot, but is there any other kind of unsung hero? One that springs to mind for me in that run to the Gold Cup final that we had was Nkouma Fagan, who unfortunately was unavailable for today's squad due to injury. But he was definitely a bit of a cult hero for me in the safe. Anyway, on to the game. You see, Mexico are favourites. Now, these games have been played in a neutral venue. You'll notice the neutral venue is the Johan Cruyff Arena, which, of course, is in Amsterdam, except in this universe, it's not. In this universe, Ajax, famously being a team with one of the best youth academies in the world, have been transported to Bodentown in the Cayman Islands. So actually, this technically is a home game for us. And this is the lineup we're going with today. We've got Ribeiro in goal, Woodroach and Dave Solomon in the centre of defence. Let me just swap them over. They should be the other way around. Marshall, Connolly, Ebanks and Welcome Fagan in the full-back position. Skeet and Rowe in the centre. Roach in the attacking midfield role. Carson Solomon on the right. Van Brederode back in. He was out injured previously for the friendly, so we brought him back in. We'll have him in his inside forward role. And Rig up front. Well, Mexicans going with that holding midfielder, but we know how good they are. We've suffered with Vera before. He is, you know, a world-class player at Borussia Dortmund. Oritz as well. I think, is it Oritz who's at Real Madrid? No, Man City. He's moved to Man City now. Insanely good player. So really, we are going to struggle to get a result. We're going to need a huge slice of luck. Let's see if we can finally get one over the Mexicans. Right, we're the underdogs. That suits us down to the ground. And on top of that, boys, I've got faith in you. So the teams come striding out onto the pitch, ready for this big semi-final game. I was just thinking, actually, it would just be typical, wouldn't it, for the way these things work out, if we would somehow beat Mexico and then we lose the final. But if we're going to play like that, I think our chances of beating Mexico are fairly slim. So it's all Mexico so far. We still haven't got it, you know, up to the 10-minute mark, and they're all over us for the second time. Oh, look at that. Vera just literally skipped past half of our defence there before firing off a shot. Ribeiro, though, to be fair, was equal to it. You'll remember Ribeiro. I was just going to remind you of that Gold Cup final performance in which he was dubbed the Mexican Wall, keeping the Mexicans out, but not today. Not today as Fernando Ibarra, question mark, over the defender on the line there. Not sure what he was doing. All right, here come Mexico again, but Dave Solomon, big Dave Solomon at the back, picks it up straight up to Van Brederode. Van Brederode, what was that? What was that? I mean, okay, he's an inside forward. He was trying to get it onto his right foot, but he patently couldn't. He could have just squared that one. Come on. Okay, corner for Mexico now. Hopefully they don't go 2-0 up here, because then it's going to just be a bit of a damp squib of an end to this series. I mean, I'm happy with what we achieved. I just had the feeling when we ran the AI experiment that, you know, probably if I was in charge, I could do a bit better than the AI did, which, you know, we've proven. We've got further. We got to the Gold Cup final. We made the World Cup twice, knockout rounds as well. But, you know, we hit that glass ceiling. We couldn't go further than this. We've been around 50th in the world now for several years. No new star players have come through, apart from Skeet and Wood Roach. So, you know, this is about as far as we could go. One thing I thought I would be able to do as a human manager versus an AI manager, these players who opt to play for England rather than the Cayman Islands, I thought I could persuade them. I haven't been able to do that. I've been able to do that when I get them young, when I get them, you know, some of them, it's been like by the time they got to 2021, they finally decide to play for Cayman Islands. But a couple of big players, like there's one player who's spent most of his career in the Championship with Leicester City, never, you know, made it to the England squad, played for under 19s or something like that. And I thought I'll get him eventually, but no, now he's like 32 and he hasn't, you know, he's never even considered playing for the Cayman Islands. Always saying, I'm going to hold out for that chance to play for England. Okay, throw into Mexico here. Come on, let's get a quick break or something. Let's give the Cayman Island fans something. Bloody Casanova on the ball, or it's with the shot. I mean, Mexico are having their chances, but we're frustrating them a little bit, I think. I think they would like to have put this game to bed by now. But we need this. Come on, let's just sneak something here. Let's have a little slip up in the defence, little quick 1-2 from the Cayman Islands. But no, we're going to get... It's all Mexico in this game. They're not giving us anything. And there's the second goal. Brian Oritz and Alejandro Vera, the Demon Twins, do it again. Right, we're going to bring on one of the young guns. Thiago Brandon comes in for Carson Solomon, who's having a bit of a mare. Not particularly performing well. Skeet is not having a great game. Unfortunately, he's picked up a yellow. He's on a 6.4. Wood Roach, the big guys are not performing. He's on a 6.2. Oh dear, this is the game when you want the big name players to show up. It's just not happening. Right, we're changing things up a bit then. We're going attacking, high tempo, overlapping fullbacks. That kind of stuff will run at the defence a bit. Let's see if we can just put some pressure on them, catch them by surprise in this final 30 minutes. Right, here we go. It's a free kick for us. It's launched forward. Van Brederode, though, gives it away. I thought we were going to see a Cayman Islands attack, finally. But no, it's just Mexico passing it around for fun, using our players as training cones. The shot logo straight at the keeper. Right then, we're going to go for it. Big guns. We've made our final substitution, taken off Rowe, brought on the youngster Abijah Wood-Roach. We're going to put him in there as the advanced forward. Rig can switch over to Poacher. Then, one-man midfield, and then just have everyone else throw themselves forward. We've made it to 90 minutes. No highlights so far. We even went very attacking, shoot on sight. Nothing's clicking for us. It's gonna be a whimper. We're going out with a whimper in this series. There it is, defeat once again to Mexico. We couldn't recreate the magic of that Gold Cup final. Well, we didn't even beat them in that, but they all switched off. What a great way to end. What a great way to end. So yeah, defeat in the Nations League semi-final. Sorry, we couldn't finish with a flourish. So it turns out there's a third place playoff. I thought, I can't be bothered. We're just going to skip through it and we'll show you the result. Actually, a bloody good game. Probably should have recorded it. We had a man sent off almost immediately. Challenger Sanchez. Skeet, though, gave us the lead and it looked like we were going to hold on, but Jamaica equalised in the 89th minute. It then went to penalties, but Van Brederode, Skeet, Wood-Roach and Roach made no mistake. Nobody missed. 2 Jamaican players missed. And we managed to secure third place. And that, my friends, is that. This time Skeet doesn't actually retire. He's going to stay on. But I think it's time for us to wrap this up. There is, of course, another Gold Cup coming up in a year. But I think I know what's going to happen. If we continue there, it's just going to be the same old story. We'll get through the group stages. We'll fall somewhere. Probably against Mexico, maybe against Jamaica. But, this is as far as we could take them. So I think it's as good a time as any to wrap it up. So just taking a look at my profile, managed to get myself a 2.5-star reputation. We're on 50%, not too bad. Got plenty of Championship League 1 clubs offering me interviews. And we managed to win more games than we lost, which is great. So competitions-wise, I guess the big ones are 2031 Gold Cup runners-up, 2036 third place in the North American Nations League, and then, of course, the World Cup second rounds as well. And that's the biography of an international manager, folks. My first non-playing role was as Cayman Islands manager, and that's it. So I do hope you've enjoyed this series. Thank you to those of you who've watched along the way, whether you've watched one episode or all of them, or somewhere in between, and especially thank you to everyone who's liked the videos, who's dropped comments on the videos, who's helped me promote them on Twitter, all the people who've helped me with, adding in some extra little community enhancements, such as that epic first World Cup episode. I have fond memories of that one in the archives if you want to check it out. And thank you to anyone who's subscribed as a result of watching either this or the experiment. I check my YouTube analytics, and I know quite a few people have done that. International Manager of Mystery will return in some form in Football Manager 2021. Newgen Nation will return in some form, and maybe keeping them separate, though. That's all to be revealed in a later video. For now, this is Dodgy Gamer signing off. See you again soon.